clean off the counter, start fresh.
I will send a text to my kids like, do you guys want to eat dinner? You better come down here and clean this kitchen.
What is the perfect bite? That mix of flavors, textures, colors, and aromas that come together in one amazing amuse-bouche. Big ideas expressed in small bites. That's our podcast, a variety of inspiring topics to make your financial goals and dreams a reality.
Brought to you by Clark County Credit Union for your weekly serving of food reviews, financial education, and life hacks that your future self will appreciate. It's the perfect bite of interesting information to start your week. Welcome to episode 93 of The Perfect Bite. I'm Crystal Price.
And I'm Shannon Hiller. Let's dig in. We love trying new dishes here at The Perfect Bite, and today we're talking about Little Avalon. Next, we'll talk about helping teens and young adults start to build credit, and finally, we'll share tips on how to cook without making a huge mess.
Each week on The Perfect Bite, we'll visit a locally owned Southern Nevada restaurant that we hope will become your new favorite. This week, we're sharing a new favorite, Little Avalon. They're located near the lakes on West Sahara and Fort Apache, and the website description says it's a mythical island paradise in the western seas. We welcome you to the little slice of paradise where we are serving the best coffee we can source, the freshest ingredients, and a creative twist on timeless coastal cafe staples.
Sounds wonderful.
It is very wonderful. I will say that the description is pretty spot on to what it felt like just kind of walking up to the place. So it's in a strip mall. When you walk up to it, there is greenery, little like shrubs, plants, just all outside of it with like little tables. So you automatically feel like, oh, this is not like your typical restaurant. And there's like outdoor seating. You walk in and it's the same thing. You're just like looking around like, oh my gosh, what is this? And then there's like music playing. It's like island music. So you're like automatically like in the vibes of like the island.
Fun. Is it by the Marché Bacchus, that side? No.
It's actually we went to, what was the place? Corey's, that Mediterranean place that we went to.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's right over there. The tables and the seats, it's all like wood and wicker, everything. It's like very much, they got that place.
The brand is locked down.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And I wish I knew the other place because I guess by day it's Little Avalon and by night it's another place. It's like a hibachi or something like that. I wish I should have wrote it down. I can't remember, but it's a dual place. So it's super cool. When I went, it was breakfast time and basically it's a seat yourself place. You go up to the counter, you grab a menu, and then you place your order there. I ordered the Captain Mickey's, and I didn't really pay attention to what it was. The Captain Mickey's just sounded fun. So I'm very much just kind of going with the flow with the podcast.
Just be led to what you're supposed
to do. So I was like, Captain Mickey's, and what it is an English muffin, fried egg, sausage patty, cheddar cheese, Avalon sauce, served with a hash brown patty. It was $12. And then I ordered a mango tea black, which was a recommendation from the lady at the window. Mango tea was $6. The Captain Mickey's was $12. When it came out, it was very similar to like the McDonald's egg McMuffin with cheese. Very good. Very happy with it. Tasted similar, but actually better than like an egg muffin with cheese. I think it was like the cheddar cheese and whatever that Avalon sauce was. So very happy with it. I think one of the things that honestly that I was more impressed with than the meal was the plateware and the cup that it came with, just because it was on brand too. It had kind of like this grit to it for the cup. I just kept like feeling it had this grittiness to it. I don't know how to explain, but
was it like disposable or was it?
It wasn't disposable. It just it felt like it was made on the island. I don't know.
It was a coconut husk that you were
It was something. It was something. But it was the experience of the place. It was a great experience. The music and everything, the food was good, but the tea was awesome though. I will say that the tea was super good. I wish that I had time to order a second tea. I would have taken one to go. It was really cool also because they had a little shop area, so you could buy I'm not sure about teas, but you could buy coffee to go. So if you really liked one of their coffees, you could buy a bag of coffee to go. If you wanted to buy like a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, you could buy, like, their merch was on sale. So that was different. I think what I'll order next time when I go, when I left, I was checking out their Instagram. And their Instagram is very lively and it's very island and it's super colorful. So just from their Instagram alone, I was like, I need to check out their smoothies because it's super colorful. And I definitely want to have one of their fruit bowls or one of their fruit salads. And then my recommendation for you is when you go, definitely come with enough time to enjoy the atmosphere. You will definitely feel the vibes.
Do they have like those açaí bowls?
Yes,
bowls?
they
Okay.
do. Well, if you have a recommendation for us to try, a dish for us to try, send us a message at ThePerfectBite@ccculv.com. We're always open to new ideas. Up next, we're talking about building credit for teens and young adults.
So, Crystal, you and I both have teenagers. You have a young adult. I'm not quite there yet. But I know I feel a bit of pressure and the need to help prepare them for the real world and have their finances in order, or at least a knowledge of how credit works and how real world works when it comes to money. And so Clark County Credit Union, we recommend doing a few things to give your kids a head start. The first is add your teen as an authorized user. So children under 18, they're not old enough to have their own credit cards, but they can be added as an authorized user on your own credit card account. I'm actually trying to figure out the best way to handle paying for things like gas with my daughter.
Yeah.
And we were discussing, because right now she has a debit card and, we're willing to pay for like getting to and from school.
Yeah.
But it's getting annoying, like transferring money all the time to her. And then also how much do I transfer? And so we were thinking about, do we get a gas card? But then she's limited to that particular gas station.
Yeah.
So I think this might be a good alternative. Basically, as we're talking about credit, teaching them the basics of how it works and how, a late payment impacts your credit, or, like we talked about spending more than you can pay off, and how long was it going to take to actually pay for that loan that you took out on the credit card with all the interest. And so we have a webinar on our YouTube page. It's titled Solving the Mystery of Credit Reports. You could watch that together with your teen and discuss how even now you're going to start building credit, because really not that too far down the road, they might need to get a car or a student loan or whatever, and they might need to have that credit score. And then, as you mentioned, obtaining a secured credit card. And this is basically you're putting money down as the line of credit. And so there's not as much risk for losing money or getting into debt, because you've put that money down and the financial institution basically knows it's going to be paid because you've already put the money. And we offer that here at the credit union as well. And it's a great tool to sort of ease them into earning credit and building their credit. So if they're already 18, then they can do that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm having her put her own money. She's going to save it. And she already has her money saved. And she's like, Mom, when are we going to go? When are we going to open the card? And I'm like, just hold on. I'm waiting for the day to have, time off for both of us. But this way, she's the only one who has the liability. I don't have to put my name, attach it, and this is just my choice. But she'll have the money in her account. She'll be able to make those monthly payments. She'll pay it back with her job, and then she'll be able to see her own work at hand. And then when she's ready, she'll be able to convert that secured credit card into a traditional card, all on her own. And I want her to be able to feel that like accomplishment on her own.
I think the difference there is their age, right?
Yeah.
So if they're already 18, you can go that route. If they're under 18, you still have to be on the card, on the account. So you do take some risk on with that. We have a lot of tools for our teens on our website. If you go to the financial education section, Banzai is our education partner, and there's a whole teen section. Dive in there, go over things with your kids, and make sure you talk about how credit can affect their future. Now we'll take a quick break to hear from our sponsor.
CCCU has a bonus for you. High five! It's 5% interest on a bonus checking account, only available at Clark County Credit Union. That's 5% on your money, and it's just one more benefit of membership at Clark County Credit Union. Isn't it time for you to join? Anyone can be a member, because if somebody's making money off your checking account, shouldn't it be you? Open a bonus checking account today and start earning your 5%, only at CCCU. Funds privately insured by American Share Insurance.
Next up is our Future Self segment inspired by the Happiness Project. Make cooking a fun and enjoyable experience without making a huge mess. Here are tips to avoid leaving the kitchen a hot mess. Make a plan before you start cooking. Identify which tools and ingredients you're going to need to use, and this can help you stay organized and reduce the complicated cooking process and the kitchen tools that you're going to need to use, making the process fun and less cluttered. First, you're going to start with the clean kitchen. Do you do this?
I do like a clean slate. Like, it will bother me if there's dishes in the sink.
Yes.
When I'm about to cook.
Same.
So yeah, it's sort of like clean off the counter, start fresh.
I will send a text to my kids like, do you guys want to eat dinner? You better come down here and clean this kitchen, because I'm not starting if the kitchen is not clean. And so yeah, this is the advice. Before you start cooking, always make sure that the drying rack or the dishwasher is empty. All clean dishes should be stored. This makes the cleaning easier and after you're done cooking. So you want to put away any snacks or items sitting on your kitchen countertop. This gives you a clean space to work on. Next, you're going to prepare your ingredients and your tools before you start. So measuring, peeling, and chopping your ingredients before you start cooking will make the process a lot easier, especially when you're following a new recipe. This also ensures that you're not missing any ingredients and mitigates your stress levels in the process later.
Like, I know this, but the other day I had to rush to make some cookies for something that I needed cookies for. Anyway, I have this few recipes I just go by heart, and I just were making them. And usually we have this huge Costco-sized bag of chocolate chips, and it's fine. Well, no, we'd gotten down to the last, literally I had less than half a cup for these oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, well. And I just made them like that. And my daughter's like, I got one chip.
Oh, no.
One chip in my cookie. I'm like, okay, for you, it was an oatmeal cookie. I'm sorry. But yeah, I was like, what the heck? Usually I have everything, and you can rely on your neighbors.
If you're going one by one, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh.
Yeah, I'm in too deep. I have to finish the recipe. So
yeah, no, I've had that happen before too. Yeah, so if you have everything on the counter in advance, then you can know, okay, oh, I'm missing this.
Right.
Let me go shop first before I start actually processing.
Yep.
So next thing is to clean as you go.
Oh my gosh, my mother is in my head right now. So she'd always say, clean up as you go.
I tell my kids this when I'm in the process of trying to teach my kids to cook, and I'm like, clean as you go. Trust me, you're going to be happier. And my kids are probably like, Mom. But in the cooking process, there are times when you have downtime, like when you're waiting for a pot of water to boil or the oven to preheat. Take this opportunity to clean your tools. Hence, why start with an empty dish rack or a dishwasher and wipe that section of the countertop when you're no longer using it. If you follow these steps, you'll be a much happier cook with a much cleaner kitchen. We want to hear from you. Send us your financial questions or money topics that you'd like to learn more about, and don't forget any fun local food recommendations. Our email is ThePerfectBite@ccculv.com.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode, brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. For additional money management tips and financial calculators, check out our website at ccculv.org. Now that was The Perfect Bite.